Today we have a brand new earphone that I first encountered a few weeks ago at HKAV, the LETSHOUER S12 2024 edition. The name is a little unwieldy, so for convenience I will be calling it the S12 2024. Welcome to the Super Chunk Show. 2024 marks Letshuoer's 8th anniversary, and what better way to celebrate than by updating their most popular model to date, the S12. Earlier planar IEMs often struggle with peaky treble that could be overwhelming for some listeners, but with the S12 2024, this issue has largely been resolved. Starting with an unboxing for a chifi brand, Letshuoer pulled out more stops than usual. The S12 2024 comes in a large rose gold box with a prominent motif of the number 8 embossed on it. It's actually very nice and quite different from the other chifi brands that often do next to nothing in terms of presentation. The box really makes the S12 2024 feel a little bit more special. Naturally, the high-res audio logo is featured on the side for that extra performance boost, and the back of the box lists some specifications of the IEM. Upon opening, even the inner box is quite exquisite, with the Letshuoer logo serving as a pattern on it. Lifting the top half of the box reveals a special 8th year anniversary commemorative plug. I'd say it's more like a fidget toy because it spins quite nicely. It's very therapeutic for me and annoying for my co-workers. Right below that, you have the accessory package, which consists of 3 different types of ear tips, a set for vocals, one for balance, and some foamies. A 8-year anniversary card is also included, which is a nice touch. Moving on, you have the earphones themselves, which we will discuss in a bit. After that, there's the plastic hockey puck case that Letshuoer provides for storing the IEMs. Inside the hockey puck case, you will find the provided cable as well as a 3.5mm, 2.5mm, and 4.4mm interchangeable plugs. These are friction based. Finally, the mysterious last box contains a leather key holder for you to hook your keys on. Probably where you should attach the commemorative plug. I know this is a little bit late, but that commemorative plug is actually a commemorative keychain instead. I like that it's made from leather, and judging from the smell, it seems like real leather. Next up, let's move on to build quality. The S12 2024 is made of titanium, finished in a rose gold and black aesthetic. It retains the same S12 shape that I think we are all quite familiar by now. It's been a while since someone used rose gold, and that execution here is beautiful. I appreciate that it's paired with a black finish, as making the whole thing in rose gold could be a little bit too much to bling actually. And because of that, the hand feel of the S12 2024 is a step up from the older S12 Pro, which felt a bit too light and rounded. The titanium build adds some knitted heft, giving it a more premium feel. Inside, the S12 2024 houses a 14.8mm planar driver that is now more refined, toning down on the slightly metallic timbre from before while preserving all the planar goodness. The cable is made from 392 strands of silver-plated monocrystalline copper and terminates with a friction-based interchangeable plug. You have the option to use the standard 3.5, less popular 2.5 balance, or the even better 4.4 balance option. The nice thing about the cable is that it is really easy to handle and isn't prone to tangling. Moving on next to sound, the S12 2024 features a pleasing balanced V-shaped signature that works well with a wide variety of genres. I like how cohesive and tonally consistent it is. This is a common advantage for single driver IEMs, as you don't really have to worry about the mismatched timbres since there is only one driver. While planar drivers comes with pros and cons, I think that the S12 2024 manages the cons very well. Compared to the earlier S12 Pro, the S12 2024 has significantly reduced the 10K treble peak, making it a much more relaxed listen. Additionally, the use of titanium for the chassis augments the bass somewhat compared to aluminum. Titanium is a harder material, allowing for bass to be more focused and faster by comparison. Also, one thing to note is that the S12 2024 loves power, so feed it adequately and it will sing. I used a bunch of different dongles on these, but all of them pale in comparison when I use my DAP, the Lotto Paul Gold Touch. Starting off with bass is rendered in a typical planar manner, which is pretty linear with an emphasis on sub bass over the mid bass. This helped create a very pristine mid range, as there is is no bleed in those frequencies. The resolution here in the bass region is excellent. Not only that, it's also very clean sounding, adding to the great sense of realism. Bass then transitions linearly into the mid-bass. Mid-bass is not as elevated as sub-bass, creating space for the mid-range. Transients here is fast, but not so fast that bass loses body. I think that they did a great job here. Mid-range, my favorite aspect of the S12 2024 is how it renders vocals. It manages to balance male vocals and female vocals very well, both sounding full, clear and lively. There's very good separation from the bass frequencies as well. Resolution here is also fantastic. Thanks to the good levels of separation, you can hear more of the instruments and the little nuances that exist. Instruments are gorgeously rendered as well, with true-to-life tonality. Tonal weight sits in the middle between natural and warm, making it an enchanting listen. Treble. Treble has been upgraded on the S12 2024. Previous iterations of the S12 occasionally had that spiky treble section, but I'm happy to say that this has been largely solved in the S12 2024. Treble extension is good and airy without the dreaded planar glare. Because of this, I found that treble rendering has improved quite significantly compared to previous iterations. I did not experience any sibilance here either. Next up, let's talk about soundstage. Firstly, when it comes to width and height, overall the S12 2024 offers a good soundstage. I'd describe it as being like a small concert hall with great width perception paired with good height. Depth and positioning. Depth on the S12 2024 is great as the bass is dynamic and has good transients, lending to a strong depth performance. Positioning is also excellent as the improved treble performance allows for more pinpoint accuracy. Next up, let's talk about some comparisons. So the first item to compare would be its older brother, the Letshuoer S12 Pro. Compared to its older sibling, the S12 Pro, I must say that the S12 2024 is a significant improvement. It eliminates the issues that hinder the S12 Pro, such as having treble glare and slightly metallic treble rendering. The S12 2024 is more refined overall. Its titanium chassis allows for better bass quality, tighter and punchier by comparison. If you were choosing between these two in 2024, I'd easily go with the S12 2024. Next up, also in a similar price range versus the Binary Acoustics DynaQuattro. The DynaQuattro is a 3 dynamic driver plus 1 passive radiator IM that features a V-shaped signature. I like that it's tonally consistent with all sonics handled by the dynamic drivers. Similarly, the S12 2024 has the same tonal consistency due to the use of a single planar. Between the two, the S12 2024 is easier to get the best out of as it's simply easier to drive and maximize its potential. The DynaQuattro, on the other hand, requires more power to drive it decently. Sonically, I prefer the S12 2024 because it allows you to extract details a bit more easily. Transients is also faster on the S12 2024. Next up, moving on to some things I like and do not like on the S12 2024. So things that I like. I appreciate that Letshuoer took feedback on the planar glare and make sure that the S12 2024 does not have it, ensuring that it's a very complete package. The packaging also shows thought and care into making the product, and people behind the product clearly are very heavily invested in this. Next up, some dislikes. I'm really nitpicking here, but I'm not a fan of the friction-based interchangeable plugs as they tend to become loose over time, which can be kinda annoying. Also, because the shells are rather glossy, it's very pretty, don't get me wrong, but they are also fingerprint magnets. So if you are very pedantic over those things, you will want to clean them after using your earphones. Finally, some ratings. So when it comes to ratings, first, bass, it's really taut with good resolution. I give it a solid 7.5. Mid-range is spaciously rendered with even tonality for both male and female vocals, a solid 8. Treble, very well balanced with no sibilance, a 7.5. Overall resolution is actually really good on the S12 2024, so it's a 7.5. Soundstage, it is again pretty stellar, another 7.5. And lastly, the most important factor, the enjoyment factor. I really enjoyed the S12 2024, so it gets a very solid A. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of the Super Short Super Audio Show. If you like the content so far, please be generous and like and subscribe. They say that your luck will increase 8-fold if you do just that. With that said, thank you guys for watching and hope to see you guys soon. By the way, I'm going to Can Jam SoCal, so if you see me there, do say hi.